The UFC Fab Center utilizes a foam board that supplies a cutting surface for the slab. This allows the saw blade to penetrate through the material. The material is then placed onto the slab utilizing a vacuum lifter. The barcode of the job sheet is then scanned. This loads the program into the control. The laser image is also placed onto the slab. This image can be very precisely moved or located to avoid any imperfection on the slab using a wireless keyboard. The image is being displayed by a laser that is mounted overhead. Once laser image has been positioned, now that image can be imported back into the control. Once it is imported back into the control, we can now apply toolpath to each part. Each part can also be oversized or it can be cut to size. The operator has the ability to select. We will now process the NC code for these parts. Now we are outputting the NC code to the NC controller. We will then press cycle start and the sawing process will start. The saw will complete all the process for the sawing operation. Once the sawing operation is complete, it is necessary now to wash the sludge off from the material. Remove the scrap pieces and remove the parts. Once the parts are removed, we want to now remove the foam board that we have been using for the cutting surface. It is very important to make sure once the foam boards are removed that we wash the table very good. Not cleaning the table will allow the vacuum pods to slip and not have a good vacuum. Now we will process the profiled edge on the parts. We will scan the job ticket. This will then display the laser image onto the table showing where to place the pods. Once the pods are placed, we will then toggle the laser image, which will show us where to place the part. A laser image representing each individual part will be displayed on the table. Once the parts are on the pods, we will then reverse the airflow and put positive pressure out the top of the pods, allowing for easy placement of the pods. Cycle start button is then pressed and the profiling process will begin. All finger bitting for cutting the parts to size will then start. All profiling is done, sink cutouts, faucet holes are then processed. This is the process for cutting slabs and profiling edges on the Northwood UFC Fab Center.